Math notebook on page 14. We're going to be drawing angles. So you're going to need a protractor for this. So make sure that you have your protractor out and ready here. Okay. So right here it says ray XY is already drawn. Draw ray Z so that it forms a 45-degree angle. Okay. All right. So how we're going to do this? First thing, you need to get our protractor. Okay. Let's grab protractor in here. Okay. Says line up your protractor so that the ray XY is on the zero edge and point X is at the vertex of the protractor. So fill in your blanks right here, is at the vertex of the protractor. Okay. Okay, so what does that mean? Okay, so here, right here is XY, right? Okay, so we're going to take our protractor, and remember, you're going to take that little circular part on your protractor and line it up with the vertex, which is X right here. I know that X is going to be the vertex because it doesn't have the arrow like Y has the arrow over here. So there I have the vertex on X, and also please note that I have right here the zero edge, like the zero is going through that ray right there. Okay. Then it says next right here, draw a point Z at 45 degrees. So we're going to go over here. So 0, 10, 20, 30, 45 is right there. So I'm just going to put a point right here, right in line with 45. I'm going to label it Z. Okay. Then it says, lift up your protractor and use the straight edge to draw a ray. Right here, fill in the blanks here. To draw a ray from point X to point Z. From X to Z. Okay, so what does that mean? That means you're going to take your protractor, right? Now, the bottom edge of your protractor is like a ruler. It's nice and straight. So you're going to line one side up with X. So if you're looking right here, you see I have the side lined up with X. And then I'm going to take the other edge and put it on my point Z that I drew like that. And then I'm going to use the edge of the protractor so that this ray that I'm creating will be straight. Okay. And this is a ray. So we have a point at X. And then at Z, we should have an arrow right there. There we go. So there we have created a 45-degree angle. Okay. Right. Let's go to the bottom of the page and do a few more. Okay. So now we're going to use the ray to draw a 105-degree angle right here. So we're going to make a 105-degree angle now. Okay. So what are we going to do? First thing, take your protractor. Put the center right there on the vertex, right? See right here, we got I have the little crosshairs right there, right on the vertex of this ray, okay? Then we're going to rotate your protractor, keeping that little point on the vertex until the other ray is going through the zero edge, just like this. So take a second, take your protractor, line it up exactly like mine, okay? Then we're gonna come over to where 105 would be, okay? So right here is 90. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. So there's 100 and 105 will be between 100 and 110. We're gonna make a dot there, right? There is our dot, okay, at 105 degrees. Then we're gonna pick up our protractor, line the edge up with the vertex and then the new dot that we created right there, and draw a straight line with arrow on the end. There we have a 105-degree angle. Okay. Now, Let's do the next one on the other side. I covered up what it says, but up there at the top it says to make a 26-degree angle. Okay, so if you'd like to pause the video for a second and try to do this on your own, feel free to do that. Okay, and now if you're not, the first thing we're gonna do is line the vertex up. I'm putting my crosshairs right there on the vertex, and then I'm gonna twist my protractor until, oops, moving things around there, until the protractor is right on the zero edge. Let me do it like that. There we go. Twist. There we go. Okay. Now, the way my protractor is set up right now, my zero is on the bottom, right? So I'm going to be using the bottom numbers to find 26, right? So right here's 20, right there. I can see, can't barely see that little red dot I'm making. There's 20. That halfway point in between 20 and 30 is 25. So we're going to be over just a little bit there. Right in there is 26. Okay. So I have my dot. Now I'm going to take my protractor, make the straight edge, line it up here with the vertex and then with the new dot I created, and then draw a new straight ray there to make, now we've created a 26-degree angle. Take a look at your angle and make sure it looks acute, because 26 degrees is definitely an acute angle. Okay. All right. Now let me put away the protractor here. Let's go on to the next page right here. Okay. Drawing more angles. It says ray XY is already drawn. Here is XY right here. Excuse me. Which point should you draw another ray through to make a 35-degree angle? Okay, well, the first thing we should be asking ourselves is, should we be reading the top numbers or the bottom numbers on the protractor here? Excuse me, I had to get a drink there. So, ray XY is going through the zero that's on the bottom. So we should read the bottom numbers. So if we go here 0, 10, 20, 35, that ray should go through point T. So take a straight edge of your protractor and draw the ray through T. And there is our 35-degree angle. Now let's label what angle QXY, RXY, SXY, when TXY would be. Well, TXY is the one that we just created, so we know that this one will be 35 degrees right there. Okay, well, what if we had kept going all the way to point S right here? It's point S, okay? So, well, that would be, that one would come through right there between 40 and 50. So that would be 45 degrees for SXY, okay? What if we had drawn the ray all the way over here through R, Again, we're still reading bottom numbers because we'd be coming all the way across, right, to right here. That one would fall right in here between 130 and 140. So that one, RXY, would be 135 degrees, okay? And then if we did the last one over here, all the way at angle, where ray Q would be, this is halfway between 150 and 140, so this one would be 145 degrees. Okay. Now, to the bottom of this page here. Okay. Ray AB is already drawn. At which point should you draw another ray through to make a 55-degree angle? Okay. I want you to pause the video, take a second, and see if you can figure out which point should you draw the ray in order to create this 55-degree angle. Okay. All right, so hopefully you did that. And so here's ray AB. My 0 here is on top, so I'm reading the top. 55 would come right through here. So this is the only ray that we're going to draw in here through point D, right? So angle BAD, that is our 55-degree angle, okay? What would this angle be if we had drawn it at point, the ray through C right there? Well, that's between 40 and 50, so that one would be 45 degrees for BAC. And then if we had taken it over to S right here, we're between 120 and 130, so that's 125 degrees. And then our last one here at point T is between 130 and 140, so 135 degrees for BAT, angle BAT. Okay. All right, one more page today. Okay. Drawing a tricky angle. Okay. Okay, so let's look at our problem right here. It says ray AB, I'm reading right here. Ray AB is already drawn. Which point should you draw another ray through to make a 45-degree angle? Okay, so the way to do this is, it says right here, jump by 10 and then 5 degrees to each point from the ray that is already drawn. Okay, so here is the ray we're going through. So let's pretend that it's at 0, and then we would just count 10, 20, 30, and then 40. There would be 45 right there. Okay, so here's 40 degrees. So 10, 20, 30, another 10 would be 40, and then I just move 5 more degrees. So ray C is where we could make a 45-degree angle. Okay, now it says we're going to determine the value of each possible angle here. So we came up with BAC is our 45-degree angle. Okay, and if you, let's see, they already have BAD right here already counted for you. So if we are starting at B and we go to D, there's 10, 20, 30, 35 degrees for angle BAD, 35. And now we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side to determine what angle BAE would create. Okay, so I'm starting here. I jump 10, 20, 30, and then there's 5 more. So that is a 35-degree angle as well. Okay, and then one more for FAB. So I'm going to go ahead. I already have this 10, 20, 30, and I'm going to make 40. And then there, that's a whole nother 10. That one is a 50-degree angle. Okay. To the bottom of the page. Okay. Now the question is down here at the bottom right here. It says ray UV is already drawn. Here's our UV. At which point should you draw another ray through to make a 125-degree angle using ray UV? Okay. Pause the video for a second and see if you can figure out which point Q, R, S, or T should you draw a ray to make a 125-degree angle. Okay. Hopefully you pause the video and then you have come up with the right answer there. So let's go ahead and do our little jumps right here. So we start at the ray that we have. Now I'm going to jump over 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, and then we need to go another 5 right there. Ray Q is going to make a 125 degree angle. So QUV down here, this one makes the 125 degrees. Okay? So let's determine what the other rays here would be. Okay, so again, let's go ahead and let's label these across the top, and that'll help us figure out what these are. So here's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Oh, pen died. Hold on. Got so close. And here. Okay. Oh, now I have to redraw the whole thing. Let's do this one more time. Okay, 10, 20, 30. So this is 30. Okay. So T right here is just 5 away from 30. So ray T is going to be a 35 degree angle. Okay. Let's keep going over to S. So that we're at 30 here. Another 10 will be 40. And then it's another 5 there. So SUV is 45 degrees. Okay. And then I'm going to keep going. So we're at 40 there. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, and then another 5. So RUV was, excuse me, 115 degrees. And then the one that we should have our ray through Q, and that was our 125 degree angle. Okay? All right. When you have completed this these pages in your notebook, we're going to go to iExcel, and the iExcel for today is, let me go back, Y, Y7 right here, draw angles with a protractor. Okay, so here, right here, it says use the protractor to make a 20 degree angle. So the way this works is this one here is is starting on the right side of the protractor. So we're of course going to be reading the bottom numbers, right? And you're going to drag that little blue thing until you got a 20 degree angle like so. Okay. Okay. So here it says right here, make a 165 degree angle. Okay. We're on the other side. So now I'm going to read the top numbers. So, oops. Let me grab pin there. So dragging this over 165 right there. Okay. There is only one level to this. It should not take that long for you to complete this today. Okay. When you have completed it, please make sure that you are making sure your other iExcels for this week are done. The ones that are listed on the board, I will be taking the grade on those tomorrow. Also tomorrow, you will have an angles test in Eduphoria. It's 12 questions. It looks just like the stuff that you've been doing on here. And I have seen y'all's grades and they're looking fantastic. So I know you guys are going to do a great job. Okay. And hopefully I will see you guys on Friday.